On this episode, I'll tell you about a tool that will do your comparative shopping for you so you know the very best time to buy on Amazon and how you can overcome the superwoman syndrome. All this and more on this episode of Think Enriched. You're a smart, ambitious woman. You serve those around you and take care of so many. But money has always been a little too tight. And you never seem to have enough time. I'm Amy Robles. I coach women just like you to start and run their own business, take care of the priorities, and get the zest back in their lives. Hold your head high, girl. You can earn your income, be there for your loved ones, and do something that makes you deliciously happy along the way. The gift you bring to the world is a happier, more fulfilled you. You're here because you believe like I do. You're here because you think enriched. Hey, welcome to the show. I'm so happy to have you here. You are a woman that thinks enriched. You're one of those smart, ambitious women taking on the world, serving those around you, doing so much good. Really excited about this episode. Girl, get that in your purse. Get that in your purse. If you're looking for the lowest prices you can find on Amazon, try Camel. And yes, I feel like a game show host just saying that out loud. Hey, if this is what you want, try Camel. But this is a pretty amazing site. I just heard about it and I've been researching it for about a week before I told you because I want to make sure that it is a quality service. Camel.com, what they do is they do the price history and can show you the different items that are on Amazon and when they take the price drops. So, for example, I really am very interested in an Instapot. I use a pressure cooker to do beans for our family about at least once a month, sometimes twice a month. So we have beans all at any time. And everyone that talks about the Instant Pot loves it. But I was looking online and sometimes they are crazy expensive. And so I just put that product in and I can see that the highest this product went, the Instant Pot 8-quart pressure cooker, was $187, and that was way back in March of 2016. Well, just in February, it was down to $129, and then it went up to $160 for a little bit, and then it's back down to $129. So this would be a really good time for me to get an Instapot. And from that, you can put in, maybe it's the big Christmas items that you want, or maybe it's the one thing you've just been thinking about and you're just like, I don't know. I just don't know if I can squeeze that in our budget. Put that item in camel.com and they will send you updates just in the back of your mind. Let the software do the research for you and find the best price so you can save money. Now, one thing I love about this is it's called the Camelizer, and that is a Chrome browser extension. You can either use that on either Chrome or I saw they have an extension for Mozilla too, depending on how you search the internet. So then while you're doing your Amazon shopping, they can say, oh, this price, you're paying too much for it. Check this and this different price. This is one way where you can let the computer work for you and still find the best price. Hey girl, get that in your purse. Oh my goodness. Superwoman syndrome. I think we all suffer from that from time to time. I think we get going and we don't even realize that we're just handling our business, taking care of this, checking things off the list, moving forward, going through one thing after another, that we're doing so much productively that we're forgetting to breathe and just be. I know I have caught myself here so many times. And it's so unfair to us. And yet we all do it. I got to tell you this. So my daughter's kindergarten class is having their graduation. And so I told them I'd play the piano, help them out, whatever they need. And so I come in, bring the whole keyboard, the setup, just everything going. And there's another woman that's been helping the kids learn the music. And then I just was coming in to accompany them, and we'll do that once a week for the next little while. And we went on vacation. In the time that we were gone, the message became, instead of doing the 2 songs like we decided, they're going to do 5. And we'll go through, both of the teachers teaching these classes are not really musically inclined. That's not their forte. Excellent teachers, just that music's not their thing. And so I'm set up. We've gone through the 2 songs. We've gone through verses over and over again. And then the teacher changes on the opaque projector the new song. She puts it down and she said, oh yeah, we decided we're going to do one more song. And both me and the director looked at each other, and then she put the music down. The teacher put the copy of the words on there and put it up on the screen so all the kids could say. And she put it down, and then she did her hand almost like a Vanna White wave your hand thing straight to me and gave me this look. And inside my mind, I'm watching this all happen, and I just look at her like, I have nothing to give back, right? And just total blank stares. And she's like, okay, let's just try it. And they start singing the song, and I'm trying to help with I'm like bobbing out my neck like a weird parrot, trying to help them figure it out. I have no music. I don't know what they're supposed to be singing. They're looking at me. The kids are just looking blindly. It was this awful, miserable moment of, how do we fix this? Where do we go from here? And sometimes in life, man, we have superwoman syndrome, and we know exactly what we're going to do, and we know where we're going and what's going to happen. We've planned it all out in our mind, and we've got 7 different steps, and we're already down to step 7 when everybody else is standing at step 1 going, what are you doing? We got things to do around here. You going crazy. It happens to all of us. I know you know what I'm talking about. And in no way was my story some sort of judgment or criticism of the teachers, because they are amazing. I just didn't get the message. And just thinking about this over and over, it's just come to my attention. We all do this. We all know that we are superwoman and we can accomplish so much. And we imagine ourselves with our hair billowing in the skies or flying over the clouds, our cape wafting, because our cape will not flip. We're superwoman. Our cape will waft gently, gorgeously, billowing through the air. Amazing how we're doing this. And yet, we're not really a hero if nobody knows what in the Sam we are doing. You know what I mean? That's what we're going to talk about today. Being a superhero means you solve problems. You're really great at handling it, showing up. Oh, kitty stuck in a tree? Let me get that for you. But a real woman, a smart, ambitious woman, is willing to ask for help. And sometimes she asks for help even more than she thinks she needs to give others opportunity to learn and to serve and to grow. A superhero considers themselves absolutely invincible. But even Superman had kryptonite. We all have our weaknesses. Consider, when are you allowing yourself time to simply be vulnerable? To say, man, I am in a situation and this is tricky. You could say hard, but I like to say tricky. Tricky to me sounds like it's a challenge. Like this is some sort of fun puzzle game, and I just need to figure out 1 or 2 little steps, and everything else will fall into place. And just changing my vocabulary from saying, this is super, super hard, this is miserable, to saying, man, this is tricky. In my mind, it changes the whole game for me. A superhero never gets down. But why would you want to be around someone who never gets down, who never really allows themselves to feel those emotions, to actually understand and have that compassion and that understanding of others of what they're going through? Sometimes you just have to let yourself be and feel the heartache and the difficulty and the sadness that comes with life, just so you have a beautiful, personal, very real understanding of what that is, so you have more compassion for others. A superhero always is a doer, but a smart, ambitious woman is a doer and a communicator. The teachers in my story have absolutely been doing and moving forward. I was not with them in the class, and I did not catch up. Now, we figured it all out, and I've got the music, and everything's going to be fine for next week, and we'll go on swimmingly. But sometimes we as superwomen, when we get on a project, especially a big project, we do all this work in our minds and we know exactly what's going to happen. And then when people don't cooperate, we just get exasperated. Like, this is ridiculous. Why don't you understand? And sometimes we need to step back and say, why don't I explain it? That's the biggest difference of all. Finally, have you noticed that a superhero is a workaholic? They're addicted to the work. They can't get enough. They have to be needed. They have to be the superhero to come in and swoop things up, clean up the mess, and move on. What's next? Where do I go? How do I do this? Right? As a superwoman, sometimes we can catch ourselves with the same thing. We have to be doing that. We have to be successful. We have to be pushing forward. Have you ever stopped and just asked yourself, why? Is there a need I'm trying to fill through work? Is there something I don't want to deal with, and so I just push myself to work? Once you stop and give yourself time to breathe, be vulnerable, feel the feelings of life, and communicate it with others, the most important thing is to ask yourself why. Why are you doing this? What are you learning? How are you progressing? And where do you go from here? By asking these questions and looking where you are and what you want to accomplish, you can go from being someone suffering from the superwoman syndrome to a smart, ambitious, happy, and fulfilled woman. That's what I'm striving for. You are already a smart, ambitious, happy, fulfilled woman. Maybe your plate's just too full. I challenge you this week to look at your schedule overall, figure out where you are and what needs to change for you to move forward. This is one more way that you and we think enriched. Hey, thanks for listening. I love having you as part of my life. Doing this podcast is something that lights me up. I get so happy just getting ready and preparing and putting all of these components together. If you get some value out of this, if you really enjoy and you just think, man, this totally resonates. I get Amy. I totally know her. I send an email every single day to those who listen or want that. It's a little bit of a vitamin B for your soul and really helps and challenges you to do even better. If that's something that interests you, go to thinkenrich.com/5 minutes. I'll have a link in the show notes. You can sign right up and we can start that conversation. You, my dear, if there's one thing you remember from me, let it be this. You are a star. Shine on.